These children deserve to be able to be in suitable living conditions. They're paying upwards of $50,000 or more to go to this school. And you mean to tell me they have to live with roaches and rats and mold? Hello and welcome back to Dear Ashley Grace. If you have not already, go ahead and like this video. Also make sure that you subscribe to the channel and make sure that you're pressing that post notification bell so you know when I post videos next. So today I'm going to be discussing the Howard University housing protest and what HBCUs and Howard University in particular needs to be doing forward when it comes to allocating funds to make sure that they have housing that is conducive to the students that are attending their university. Students of Howard University have been protesting the housing at Howard University since October 5th. It is now November 2nd. And as of yesterday, the students are still protesting. The protesting began when students began to notice in different housing facilities mold, roach infestations, rats, poor plumbing in their dorm rooms. And as most people would, they were fed up with it and decided that they wanted to peacefully protest in front of the administration building.
Box 5 shows water pouring out of pipes, expired air filters with mold and mildew.
Look at this. Like, are you serious?
And mushrooms growing on ceilings and walls. With tuition being nearly $50,000 a year, they say they're frustrated with how Howard University's administration has handled the situation.
My issue with how this is being handled is that the administration at Howard University has not been, I believe, forthcoming and very supportive of their students. They have written statements claiming as such, but they haven't been showing that they've been supportive of their students, because if they had been, these students wouldn't have been protesting for almost near a month at this point. So they've been staging stand-ins and sit-ins, I should say, at the university administration office, at the student union, and trying to just get their point out there. You have students who don't even live in the DC area, and they're out here on their own, and they don't even have suitable living conditions so that they can go to class or even have to sit in their room and take classes online. And they can't even do that because of the living conditions that they have. Being someone who went to an HBCU, I can see and understand the issues that these students are having with their housing. Not too long ago when I was in college, I would say, as far as the dormitories were concerned, a lot of them weren't up to date. A lot of them had been the same way since some of my professors, even my stepmom had made mention of when she was here, that they looked just about the same as how they looked when I was there. Since then, since I graduated from my HBCU, they've done a lot of work. They've done a lot of reconstruction. They've remodeled a lot of their housing facilities, but I can definitely see what these students are talking about, being as so. There were some things where in my dormitory when I was at my HBCU that were just dead wrong. So I can definitely believe everything that they're saying, let alone we're seeing pictures of said evidence as well. And my issue is they're not giving these students a solution. Even if it's just a temporary solution, they're not giving them one at all. They're essentially saying if they keep doing what they're doing, that they risk expulsion. And you can't expel these kids for peacefully protesting. They're not making a ruckus. They just want to be heard, and they want to live in suitable housing. There was one young lady who has asthma and respiratory issues who did an interview and said that she couldn't stay in her dorm because she couldn't breathe.
My shoes in my closet, mold on my clothes, mold in our air vents, mold on my fan. There was mold everywhere.
You were breathing mold.
I was breathing in mold, and as someone with asthma and respiratory issues in general, that was terrifying. I couldn't stay in there. My parents didn't want me in there, so I had to get out of my room.
And her parents was like, you're not staying there. And hopefully her parents were able to put her up in some sort of hotel accommodations until the university gets their stuff together. But still, it's just like you're putting children's health in jeopardy here. And then Howard has the nerve, while all of this is going on, to still go ahead with homecoming. Like nothing is really, like you have these kids literally protesting on campus. You have all of these alumni and people coming back and all of this, and you're continuing with homecoming festivities as nothing is going wrong. To me, it's a little sad and it's sickening. And these children deserve to be able to be in suitable living conditions. They're paying upwards of $50,000 or more to go to this school. And you mean to tell me they have to live with roaches and rats and mold? And you can see the mushrooms literally growing from the ceiling. Make it make sense. Howard University is one of the most endowed HBCUs that I know of. I feel like every time I'm on social media or I'm reading a news article, out of all the HBCUs out there, they're being donated to the most. I believe in the last fiscal year, Howard had at least $54 million donated to their university. Where is this money going? How is this money being allocated? How much is the university president being paid? Why aren't these kids able to live in suitable housing? It's not adding up. It brought me back to some years ago where they had the whole thing about a student in financial aid embezzling or stealing money from the students, and the students not being able to get their money. You know what I mean? It's just their hands aren't in the right places. And for tuition to be that much, $50,000 or more for some students a year, you can't tell me that you can't have suitable housing for these kids. You just cannot tell me that. So how are y'all moving this money around? Because you all get money. I just remember like dang, I don't ever see anyone donating this much money to other HBCUs than they do Howard. And Howard is a big name. Howard is probably one of the bigger HBCUs out of all of them, honestly, and most popular, I would say. And they get all this money, but where is it going? Where is it going? Even Jesse Jackson had just recovered from COVID, and he's out there marching with these kids. He just passed out. Like this is a big deal. It has been almost a month and they have not rectified this issue yet. I love my HBCUs, but I just want us to do better. I want Howard to do better. Do better. Do best by these kids. All they're wanting is an education. Half of them or some of them are just taking online classes right now and paying the full tuition. Like, why are they paying full tuition for taking online classes? And then they have to take these classes inside somewhere. They have to be home somewhere doing it. And if they can't do it in their dorm, then where can they? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Get this together, Howard, because y'all looking real bad. Y'all making black universities and colleges look real bad right now. Come on. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have not already, please go ahead and like this video. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and make sure that you press the post notification bell so you know when I post videos next. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.